If you ask us to do a duet, it's an extension of your career and the end of mine. So let's not.
Robert Redford.
At 89, Robert Redford still carries the same golden grin that made him Hollywood's golden boy. Sitting back in his chair, he lets the room lean into his words. The host teases, "Robert, for decades you were Hollywood's dreamboat. Be honest now, who tempted you the most?" Robert Redford laughs, silver hair catching the light, his eyes twinkling. "That's a dangerous question," he admits. "But at my age, honesty is the only luxury left. Let's just say there were 7 women who made me think about breaking every rule I ever set for myself." The audience erupts in laughter. He raises his glass. "Don't be scandalized. I behaved myself mostly. But temptation isn't always about scandal. Sometimes it's a glance, a laugh, or the spark that lingers after the cameras stop rolling." The first name he reveals is Jane Fonda, his co-star in Barefoot in the Park in 1967. Jane was bright, beautiful, quick as a whip. She had fire and conviction, and she lit up the screen. There were times on set when she looked at me, and I thought I'd never make it through the scene. Our chemistry was undeniable. Audiences swooned, critics raved, but the truth was, it wasn't just acting. Sparks like that can't be faked. Jane had a way of teasing, a mischievous streak that made every day on set both torture and delight. If timing had been different, maybe that film would have had more heat than the censors could have handled. Next came Meryl Streep, one of the great masters of her craft. Meryl could shift from serious to playful in an instant. She had this mischief in her eyes, and when she locked her gaze on you, the world disappeared. Sometimes I wondered, was she acting? Was she flirting? Or was she just enjoying the fact that I couldn't tell the difference? That mystery was intoxicating. The truth is, I never crossed the line, but Meryl could undo a man with one look. Then there was Faye Dunaway, sharp and untouchable. Faye had this dangerous allure, like she already knew every secret you were trying to hide. She could glide into a room without saying a word, and suddenly every eye was on her. She didn't chase attention, it chased her. Working with Faye was like standing too close to fire. You wanted to lean in, but you knew you might get burned. She was temptation in its purest form. When Natalie Wood came into the picture, the tone shifts in his voice. Natalie was delicate and radiant, but beneath that softness was a steel that people underestimated. She could draw you in with a quiet intensity. Even a simple conversation with her felt extraordinary. She carried both light and shadows, and that contradiction made her unforgettable. Being near her was bittersweet. You felt lucky, but you also knew you were in the presence of something fragile and strong at the same time. "I haven't forgotten her, not ever." He then recalls Barbra Streisand, his partner in The Way We Were. Barbra was a force of nature, brilliant, funny, and heartbreakingly beautiful. When she sang, it wasn't just music, it was seduction. On set, she could cut straight through with her eyes. The chemistry between us was too strong to fake. The world saw it. The crew saw it. And yes, the temptation was very real. Barbra was relentless about her craft, demanding the best, and she made me sharper, braver. She was a storm impossible to resist, impossible to ignore. Then came Catherine Deneuve, the French goddess. Catherine floated into a room like perfume and light. She didn't need to do anything. Her presence alone was enough to make me forget my lines. I remember her speaking French. I didn't understand a word, but it sounded like a secret meant only for me. Catherine's eyes lingered just long enough to undo you. She was dangerous in the most intoxicating way, because she didn't need to try. She could undo a man with silence. And finally, Sophia Loren. Redford laughs warmly. I never worked opposite her, but I dreamed about it. Some women you admire from afar, some you fantasize about forever. Sophia was both. Her laugh filled the room before she even entered it. She wasn't just beautiful, she was alive in a way that made everyone else seem asleep. And when she looked at you, it felt personal, intimate, like you were the only man in the world. Sophia Loren wasn't just a woman, she was an event. And even now, she remains one of the great what-ifs of my life. With a final smile, Robert Redford leans back, his glass still in hand. "I behaved like a gentleman," he says softly, "but that doesn't mean I didn't think about misbehaving." These 7 women, they were enough to make a man rewrite every script in his head. Temptation isn't always about giving in. Sometimes it's about remembering the fire it lit inside you. And believe me, those fires never go out.